Libras, we're going to jump into your pick-a pile today. Welcome back to the channel. So we have an energetic pick-a pile today. It's going to go by fast. And the reason is because clarification is going to have numerous cards. I do want to get a full story out before I say anything today about pile number 1 and pile number 2. So let's begin. If you choose pile number 1, you have a key. This is your little token for today. Very, very cute. There's 3 little rings at the top. So this could mean it affects 3 people. I also feel like a child here could be involved in pile number 1. Maybe you have a kid, Libra. And we also see that it's very gentle. It's a wooden key. So that is what you chose for your pile. You also have a sequence of 6 cards today. So let's look at them. They're very vibrant, different colors. Let's jump right into it, shall we? We have heart-to-heart conversations. The throat chakra is being emphasized, excuse me, with the heart-to-heart conversation card. I'm going to read it to you. It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. One more time so you can look at it in its beauty. We have Cupid angels. We also see a conversation happening in the woods for pile number 1. Interesting. So let's see what else influences it. We have birds with Lenormand. Okay, the birds signify a message incoming. It's almost like receiving a text or a fast correspondence. They are the messengers of spirituality. So whenever you see a bird, it injects that something is coming to you, right? Or it can even be a spiritual download. A lot of talk here needs to happen, and I do see a message coming in. So we have that as the primary cards for pile number 1. The next message is the Wheel of Fortune. There's fate happening in this particular story. So you could be manifesting something to change with a particular someone, maybe even make it here more permanent, and messages going back and forth to each other. Very swift communication. It's also a thoughtful communication between 2 people. It's not something rushed here. This takes a lot of cognitive ability and for feelings to come out to each other. So for pile number 1, 2 of this can be 12-12 portal energy, since this is happening the day before 12-12. So it's really interesting because these energies can manifest today or tomorrow. We have the 7 of Cups. I wanted to glance at it because it's one of the, I think, the most beautiful 7 of Cups. This is really how it feels in the physical energy of the 7 of Cups as a person, as a human. We see the 7 of Cups is variety. So maybe you found out that there's a lot of things here that you can do. The direction is needing a decision, perhaps. And it's also the variety of choice. Very dreamy card, super Piscean. It's like a Pisces-based card because they are known as a dreamy sign. It's also attached to Cancer and Scorpio. So we do have to see how this places as we continue. A commitment or a celebration coming up. We have 2 couples there, or I'm sorry, a female energy and a man. We have a couple that's forming in your reading. We also have a couple in the heart-to-heart conversations. Maybe you already know of them. There's a connection here that's starting. It's getting closer and closer, and I feel like fate here is about to storm in. We will get clarifying cards too. I'm going to move some over here. The Chariot is the last card for today's pick-a-pile number 1. Cancer. Definite movement here. Maybe the communication will speed up too in terms of your relationship. I feel like the Birds card is actually a physical action. This needs to take place. It's an action-based card messaging one another back and forth. And I told you, this is heartfelt. So the birds are definitely the huge signifier of pile number 1. Let's see where that momentum is going. What should I use today? We're going to go with Stella's. Stella's is beautiful artwork. It's simple. It's to the point too. What's the 7 of Cups, please? What are those options that we see? Okay, holding on to the past with the 4 of Pentacles. So we have Earth energy. It's mainly Capricorn. You're holding on to maybe somebody from the past energetically, or you still have feelings for them, and that's completely okay. They could be a water sign too, I want to mention. Or we have Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, and we also have Leo, if I haven't said, because the Wheel of Fortune is here. Those are the signs that are attached to the Wheel of Fortune. So we're holding on, okay? Could be holding on to a relationship that still has meaning here and maybe can be fixed with the Birds card. What's heart-to-heart conversations? The Nine of Cups. Two people have been single in this first reading. So if you're here for clarification or you blend well with this particular message, all it means is that you've been single for a while and content. I do think that there has to be a huge change here to change the dynamic of the situation. It's almost like what I see is you could have been waiting on someone very specific to make a move, and the waiting has become too long. Nine of Cups. Okay, very single energy. It's not bad because it's meaning that you're abundant where you are. But we do maybe want a partner in reading number 1. It's been really boring without a partner per se. Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. This person is going to make a move. It's a yes card. Maybe more toward you first, okay? The Wheel of Fortune again. Look at that. 2 Wheel of Fortunes in the same read. It's also a yes card, this Wheel of Fortune, okay? It's a definite one from the universe. So I feel like this is actually a contract too between the two of you that's full of importance. Many of you still would like this relationship to thrive. It might also be a long breakup that happened, I'm picking up. And maybe this Wheel of Fortune is putting you back together in the energy in the right way, if that makes sense, Empress. Somebody is attracted to a single, beautiful Libra. It could be a female in this first one, okay? It doesn't have to be. Males are also Empresses in tarot. I have a card here that flipped, the Queen of Cups. The emotional aspect of this conversation is what's needed, okay? I feel like this is a relationship you do want in pile number 1, whether they are new or old. It's about communication, and it's the emotional part of that. How do we feel? What are our goals together? We forget what our goals are too, as the week is so fast and speedy. So the Queen of Cups is definitely a card here today about those things that still matter. A realization between the two of you that might be very emotional too. They're coming to the Empress as well with pile number 1. So I think the communication is coming from a masculine for my females who also feels like they've held on to. And respectfully, I think this person has the same feelings towards you. Okay, maybe both of you had options too, 7 of Cups in the past, to move on. And now the option is very clear. The choice has been made. What's the Wheel of Fortune, please? Can I ask what those 2 Wheels of Fortune are? The 10 of Wands. This could have been a burdensome relationship in the past. Maybe people got involved. Family, friends. I picked that up too in reading 1. And the key here now is to move steady with the new information you've attained. If you are in a new relationship with a new person, I feel like it's going to feel good to be slow, okay? You'll be able to respectfully get to know each other, and that Knight of Cups is still going to come in. If it's an old person, I feel like working through those 10 of Wands, which we see here. I'm going to pull it up because it came out today. I feel like both of you are understanding that you are going through separate struggles and coming together to fix things. So if this is a person you still want today in pile number 1, this Knight of Pentacles is the solution card. It's to work together effectively, talk through it, and work through the problems with the Knight of Pentacles. Can I get a clarifying card on the Knight of Pentacles? One more, because it's really sweet, that Knight of Pentacles. The 9, to live abundantly first, being single people, respecting your time, obviously, but working towards each other in an individual sense. So I think your respect, bringing in abundance individually might help this situation. And if you notice, it's Pentacles. So it does mean, it talks about profit, earnings. Maybe you're growing apart as singles is definitely going to build this relationship in a slow, steady foundation. And that's pile number 1. I feel your 2 people were single for a while, and a reconciliation could be happening for pile number 1. And this is if you want it to. This is if the reconciliation is something that you feel is still stabilizing for you, or this person is your family. Okay? 9 of Pentacles for a return romance, it seems, in the first pile. We're going to go to pile number 2. It can be a vastly different energy. Also, it can be different messages. We're going to pick it up here. Let's see what you have, pile number 2. This is the selection or the booklet for today. And your insignia was a leaf. You guys have leaves. So This is a sign of growth and fertility. I might be talking to someone who wants to begin a family in the future, or it's a type of growth you've attained, something that you're building with this leaf. Maybe like I also get legacy, and I'm being channeled here like sounds right now are very important to you, acoustics, listening to things as opposed to talking. Maybe you're listening more. Could be to your guides and your angels. Very, very connected to the 5D. Lots of conversations in the spiritual realm that you have. And pile number 2, we do look at your cards. We look at them. There's different artwork I'm already seeing, and these were pre-selected in the energy today. We have Hierophant, Taurus. Immediately what's coming to me is you could have dealt with an actual Torreño, a Taurus in your reading, or you have the placement. So we have a leaf and commitment. The Hierophant could be marriage for you, okay? Pile number 2. And this is for the 1212 portal going forward. So we're discussing energies that you might feel in the moment as well. We have Remember, and the Queen of Wands just fell, but I'll pick up another Queen of Wands so we have the visuals on the table. Remember. You might be asked to remember something from childhood, like an in-touch feeling about the Hierophant card. It could be religious-based feelings from when you were a child, your spirituality as a child. How would you connect in the past? This is a completely different message from the first pile. The first pile was more about like a reconciliation that's ready, or a twin flame relationship that's ready to go again. Okay, on good basis, on good ground. But we see in pile number 2, you're being asked by a guide here to remember something. And it's very truthful about the situation right now that you're going through. It could be very healing for your situation too. Again, with this this pile number 2, because the Queen of Wands fell. And let me just get another Queen of Wands card for you. I'm going to see if I have it in here, because it fell on the ground and the Queen of Wands could have been absent during this time. I just want to see if I can find a beautiful Queen of Wands since it dropped and I lost it under the table. There we go. I had to go through the whole deck, but we still found it here. Queen of Wands with Aries. There could be an Aries in your life, or it's almost like a significant Aries energy. That's very important to you, Libra. Okay? We have a Queen of Wands, or this is you, perhaps a very fiery, passionate person, gaining it all back in the moment. Passions from maybe a few years ago, bringing back from your adolescence. Could be music, because her whole sun-based portion of her face there is covered with these lines. It reminds me of a guitar, the strings of a guitar. So you could definitely be going back to music or listening to it. Something is being asked for you to remember, Queen of Wands, okay? It's a beautiful read so far. This is what it looks like on the table for me. So if you're still watching, and if you got this far in the video, we have pink, green, and a lot of this bursting energy. This could even be happening in the winter for you. You could be feeling all this fire energy keeping you warm in the winter, or something inspiring as well. You're asked to also know the Ace of Swords, the immediate truth of your situation, okay? Whether it's romantic, whether it's involving a career decision, the Queen of Wands has to pay attention to a truth that is in front of her, all right? What that can mean could be different for everybody today that watches pile number 2. It could even be something that you long forgot. Ace of Swords, connected maybe to a relationship. What are you being asked to remember? I'm so puzzled by this card, the middle card, the Remember tree. Or maybe it's some type of knowledge that you have. The trees in spirituality are all about knowledge. It's about what you've attained over time. It's also growth. And I just realized a huge synchronicity. The tree here, all of the leaves are falling. Do you see that? And your main insignia was a leaf. So that could be the key here to your growth. Some type of knowledge that you have. Okay? And only you have this secret that you've built. So it's a sensitive knowledge that needs to be kept private. Not many people need to know about this in the current. That's what I'm picking up sentiently, but we're going to press forward, see what's going on here. We do have creative expression. Does it have something to do with art or expressing yourself? Is it the key to manifesting? Is it almost drawing for you too in pile number 2? I feel like this Libra is more artistic than a typical Libriano. I feel like you do have a talent or skill here that can even be monetized for your benefit, maybe for you to receive some abundance too in pile number 2. It's just a food for thought, but I do see it here for this second pile. So 1212 portal energy. What is this person discovering with the Ace of Swords? What is that card? The Four of Cups. It's upright, so you realize a missed opportunity has passed here. What I see is like the Polar Express. Do you guys remember this movie that came out, I believe, in the mid to late 2000s? They redid the Polar Express book, and I'm seeing that pass like in the middle of the night, that train. So I feel like it's attached to maybe a person here, a human being you had contact with. This person may no longer be in your life, Libra. So this is a missed opportunity that you think about, and that is the Ace of Swords you're currently dealing with, is the truth of this person's absence. The Four of Cups. Let's see the Four of Cups today. What is the message? The Fool card. You've only one. The Fool is a dynamic card about starting over. So we see that you're starting over, perhaps for a new beginning that involves a creative expression of yours. Queen of Wands. And if you see here, this person is in charge of this chapter. We have that Aries energy. You could be deriving like that Aries portion of yourself, Libras, or you have a placement there, and it's super artistic, punchy, vibrant, and it's something that you do a lot, okay? It can be a talent as well on the side that not too many people know. It's creating a new beginning. It can be a business as well. You could be starting here a startup, a new company, maybe something trendy. I'm also getting that as an intuitive nudge for you. What is the main source of this reading? What's the big meat of it? The Judgment card and the King of Cups. To use your emotions, okay? It's almost like transmuting the King of Cups to be inspirational. Maybe that sadness in the past or something you held on to can be made into something else, an energy change. I see you're making a decision on it with Scorpio. We have a decision card here for you. Why is the Queen of Wands, why is this Queen of Wands needing to make this judgment in the here and now? You have one card. I love it when it does that. For strength. It's for the future. It's abundance too, maybe for your future family. This is to build you up, Buttercup, in pile number 2. The Queen of Wands is being built, maybe even here over time, to be her own person. It takes a lot to say that in a reading because a lot of physical footwork needs to happen for this person. And that, I think that's the real sauce of pile number 2 today. It's very real. It's a sit-down conversation between us about a Queen of Wands. She had a love in the past, which is coming in as a King of Cups. This is just like a hint card, clarifier card for you today. What is their relationship now with the King of Cups? What do they think of now of each other? There's a success. There's a Six of Wands, a victory coming in. Maybe a kind success for you both. I feel like this is a coupleship too that might even lend both of you to get out of some single, I would say the Nine of Cups, take you out of a single mode of being, okay? Teaming up will be better for the two of you overall. No more Nine of Cups for each person. I think here we're heading to the commitment phase or marriage. That could be the next step that you find out. There's marriage between the two of you, or it's ongoing if you're in a relationship with this person. The main players in this reading are the Queen of Wands and the King of Cups, okay? So there's a relationship established here, looking very healthy with the Hierophant and the Six of Wands. Why? Why is the Six of Wands here today? The Star. Because both of you are healed people. You offer something, bring something to the table for you both. Now, with the Star too, it's about hope, okay? So, and I looked up the leaf before starting pile number 2. I actually looked up all the adjectives that come with this insignia that you chose for today. And one of them is hope for that leaf. So there's still hope for both of you to have a future maybe even here build abundance together as two cohorts in the same project, basically. So with this hope, you have the hope that this is your person, Queen of Wands. Okay, you've reached a very high status of high vibration. The Queen of Wands and the Star. Take a look at this energy. It's very, very big. These two are high vibrational, very spiritual person who's growing, maybe even here creating their own fertile abundance. It's super beautiful, Libras, if you were to look down at what I'm seeing with the cards and their interaction with each other. This person needs to believe in their own abundance, okay? And all of these factors, the Hierophant marriage, potentially increasing spiritual gifts as well, this is all going to happen within a hopeful time, okay? And I also think that Spirit, the Holy Trinity, is guiding you to make perfected skill decisions, okay, for your own abundance too. It's something here like about reaping rewards. I kept hearing that as I was shuffling. So it's about reaping the perfect type of rewards that you deserve too. Let's continue. What's the outcome? The Two of Cups. This is going to be a relationship that's abundant by marriage, okay? Your first card out was the Hierophant. It's not a missed opportunity. I feel like both of you too, you really want this relationship to be the best story of your life. And that's what I'm picking up in pile number 2, is through commitments with each other. Devotion is also a big thing in pile number 2. This relationship will be not only fruitful for the two of you, but I think it's going to surprise your person as well with the Two of Cups. We saw this in reading 1 as well before we did a pick a pile. I do want to thank you for your time. If you resulted with vibing with some of these cards, or you felt them on a deep level, or one of these were just your messages, leave me a comment today. I definitely want to hear from you. The Star ends pile number 2. Thank you for your time. These were your messages, and I'll see you tomorrow for Collective Day Energy.